Right. Well, hello everybody. It's been a long while, hasn't it? Um, yeah, I'll try that again. Uh, hello everybody. It's been a long time. This is GC Railfan. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and New Year. I know I've left it a little late getting on with these videos again, but yeah, right. I thought I'd do it. Oh my good God! We've just witnessed a car go through a level bloody crossing. I don't believe it. Are you joking me? Wow, they must have been from Harry Potter. Um, but yes. Anyway, I hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year. I hope you got everything you wanted. I hope you didn't kill your little sister. Well, I hope you did kill your little sister. I hate women. And that is a joke, by the way. And for 2014, I'm going to kick off with something quite interesting. Now, if you listen, you can hear a gurgling noise in the background. Now, some of you know what that gurgling noise is. I know what that gurgling noise is. Let's show you. The IHH Class 117. What have RSC released? Only, I don't know, a week before I filmed this. They re-released the IHH Class 117. So, I thought I'd spice up a typical review that I'd normally do on, say, a piece of rolling stock. And today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a compare and contrast, so we can see the differences in the performance, the levels of detail, and, you know, the value for money, everything else. And I thought, well, you know what, let's pick a route that it will be used on, the RSC one will be used on mostly for, the West Somerset Railway. And this is the default, as I call it, West Somerset Railway. This is not, well, I have not yet got the version that the West Somerset Railway Volunteers are working on yet, because they haven't quite released it. But it's going to be bloody interesting when that comes out. That'll get a good review as well. So yeah, I thought, well, you know what? Bugger it. Let's go for it. Let's see how far we get. Right. So we've got your bog standard IHH unit. I can't remember. I don't think I've done a review of this one before. It's your typical DMU first gen. It has gears, it has everything else inside of it. The textures are typical of what IHH used to make. Let me just get rid of the F4. It has that nice worn look about it, even on the underframes. Of course, my settings aren't on high, so nothing will come out of these best. But considering otherwise, the 117, the IHH one, does stand up well. I think it looks quite grand, actually. So yeah, I mean, it's a basic all-rounder. There were a few things which I would deem incorrect, but again, in the wisdom words of Mr. Paul Gobder, who developed this, it is only an interpretation. It is not to represent a complete, exact, detailed model of the real thing. So, taking that into context, the reason that this unit had its shortcomings was because of that, which is fair enough, not a problem. As you can see, the only thing that really didn't work was the fact that the middle car for some reason had a lighter shade of grey and blue than the motor cars, but I don't understand why. The other thing that I completely just made you ignore, even though I was just staring at it like a complete utter twat. Oh, my Cornish pasty's ready. I'll have to go in a second. Is the tail lamp here. Typically, on a DMU, you have your forward-facing lights and your rear-facing lights. Where those white marker dots are, should actually be two red marker dots. Oh. No, that didn't work. Shift, control. No, I can't get the bloody lights off now. Right. There we go. And it just places a lamp on the front. The 117s did have the feature of the red marker dots like any first gen DMU did. So that's quite an interesting one. Sorry about that, everybody. I needed to burp and I just ate a Cornish pasty, and now I'm back. And we have also been joined by the regulars, as I call them. We've got James of Problem Productions, and we've also got Mike as well, of Mike. Oh dear. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. We're still looking at the IHH class 117. The other detail you'll notice is if I get rid of the F4 bar, if I zoom in, there are no people in the carriages. If I open the doors and let people get on, there are still no people on the carriages, and we also get people walking through the opposite side of the train and floating on air, which is, yeah, to be honest, yeah, I will admit that. But yeah, that's one of the other issues. Oh, bollocks. Never mind. Anyway, into the cab, and I'll show you around it. Right, on the IHH model, the gauges were pretty correct, but they were incredibly small, and that buzzer sounded terrible that I just heard. The horn was interesting. It used to work when it wanted to. I mean, in terms of cab decoration and everything, it's not too bad. At least Paul did try emulating the Formica on the walls and the ceiling correctly, and it doesn't look too bad actually. I will admit that. The door looks a little bit wank, but hey-oh. The windows still come down on the IHH version, which is pretty awesome. So you can get a heads-out view through a window, and they can just slam it back up when I find her. That's it. And just try and imitate slamming it back up like really quickly, but you can't because of isms. There we go. So yeah, what I'm going to do is bleh. Actually, I didn't even finish off talking about the cab, did I? We have some cab controls that are all there, but they're a bit underscaled. So we've got this huge ass desk with fuck all on it. I can't remember. Yeah, the blinds move. Stuff like that on the IHH version. The route indicator box is changeable, but that's only in scenario editor, and the destination can be changed as well. So all that can be changed. We have a driver appear in the cab. Excuse me. We have a driver in the cab at the direction of travel. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. James, I think Railworks is severely broken. I've now actually got people physically floating on air, standing still above the other track. Hello? Anybody?
Hello?
Oh. Has James gone?
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Oh, he's gone to admin chat with that Jem Cutter, whoever he or she is.
Oh, right, yeah, it's an RSC member. But yeah, that's all the cab sorted out. So we'll take it for a drive. We're at Blue Anchor, and we'll go to Minehead, where we'll pick up the RSC model. Oh, as an FYI, the viewers at home, you will notice that the heads-up display looks different. That's because there is a freeware skin on UKTS which changes the look of it, and personally I think it's a lot better. It looks a lot neater. I will link it in the chat so anyone can get hold of it.
On the subject of that, I've got to get hold of that.
Yeah, I know, you will enjoy it, Mike, actually.
Still not got it yet.
No, it is bloody awesome though. So yeah, we'll put this thing into gear. I just want to point out something to the people at home, whether you can see it or not, but the idle RPM of this IHH class 117 is 850 RPM. Which is completely inaccurate for the type of engines using Han in real life. The idle speed nominally is anywhere between 375 and 400 RPM. But yes, we'll gloss over that a little bit. The physics. Well, yeah, but I'm trying to be neutral here. Also, I will go into RW Tools in a bit and show the viewers at home the cock up on the physics that both RSC and IHH failed to rectify. Anyway, rear in first gear, off we go. In terms of the IHH DMU sounds, I kind of like them, and I don't, because it emulates exhaust rasp. But the 117s don't really rasp unless they've got no silencers fitted.
Quite right.
And our DMU expert, Captain Jack Marshall, has turned up just at the right time in the right review.
Oh, of course.
Guess what I'm reviewing?
The 117.
Comparing the IHH and RSC ones, my friend.
Ah, no comparison. One's complete, one's not.
Yeah.
Why am I still accelerating beyond 15 miles an hour in first gear on this 117? It never used to do that. Never mind, I'll put it in gear 2 anyway. So yeah, well, I mean the sounds are a bit loud, overly raspy. Oh, sorry, wrong gear. Shouldn't do that. I would have crunched the gearbox and sent the final drive through the roof. I mean, certain people prefer the IHH model over the RSC ones. Well, they will do on the DMU, and you know, fair enough. It is in the eyes of the beholder as such, which is absolutely fine. Each to their own, not a problem. But where the IHH one has its shortcomings, you'll see later on in the video that... Oh, I need to change up a gear. I completely forgot about that. There you go. I'll keep you happy. I don't care if I overspeed on this line anymore. You'll see later on, and you'll notice it in the video footage anyway, of where RSC have failed to maybe correct and make things more realistic over the IHH model. And I will go into RW Tools and go on a screen capture mode so you guys can see what they have missed. I have been playing about with bin files personally and experimenting. I mean, what you're seeing in the video, by the way, are pure stock versions of both the IHH and RSC Class 117s. They have not been altered in any way, but my personal private alterations to them have been kept somewhere else on my hard drive for the time of this review. There's a few bleh, what a bloody tongue twister. There's a few physics fixes which I'm going to be sorting out, as is another friend of mine, but I'll keep that one quiet. But you won't be disappointed. Yeah, that horn does not work properly on this thing, bless it. However, that's a good point. Paul Gobder, if you are still floating about on YouTube somewhere, can you? I want to know what recording the horn's from, because I don't know if that is off a DMU, which I don't think it is, but I do like the sound of it though. I've always wondered where that's come from.
Yeah,
oh shit!
I'd also like to know why the hell there's a DMU without any jumpers, vacuum pipes, or air pipes. You know, just the same.
That's going to be up to Paul and anyone else who represents IHH to answer in their own choice. I can't comment, and I don't wish to comment further. Right, just casually going through Dunster, which means we're only a couple miles outside the Minehead now. But braking physics wise, it was quite interesting. It did brake quite rapidly. I mean, personally, I've never driven these things, and I dare say I'll probably never get to drive a 117, but on hindsight, for a first gen DMU, maybe that was slightly too quick braking, I don't know. I'm just thinking from the world of physics of mass and speed. The 117s are heavyweights really, they're not lightweight. That's the other thing as well, I've noticed you have to thrash the living bollocks off of these DMUs in this simulator at 100% throttle to get it to the top speed in that gear. Is that realistic or not, Jack? Because I don't think it's representative of all DMUs.
Well, it all depends on what you've got in your set, really. Say if you've got going through first and second gear, you can relatively get it up to top speed in second and third notch. Notch is just a bit like overdrive. But if you've got a 3-car set with a dead centre car in, you need the 4th notch majority of the time.
Right, I've got you now. Which is what I have to do. So that is pretty realistic then. But of a 3-car set anyway. Oh. Casually having a sip of D&B at the same time. Oh, that's a good point. Talking of points, I don't think I've set them correctly into Minehead. That's gonna be fun if I fucking derail.
Whee, splat.
No, it's okay, I'm going into the right platform. Actually, I've got a better idea. I'm going to go next door to the RSC DMU. And then I can do a compare and contrast there on that side of the yard. But like I've already pointed out to the viewers at home, Jack, I said the IHH model has an idle of 850. Yeah, I mean there is some good news on that front with the RSC one, as people will see. RSC have actually correctly emulated the RPM to 400, and it will still top out at 1800 RPM. So there was a slight correction, but apart from that, there's a lot lacking. Well, in my point of view, anyway, which you'll see.
Any improvement is improvement, I suppose.
Casually put on the emergency brake, so I completely forgot I was going into Minehead.
Dump the vacuum.
Now just coast into the yard. There's another IHH unit on the right there, viewers. It's just because I didn't know whether I was going to start from this end or start from Blue Anchor. So I've got units fucking idling everywhere. This is going to be fun. Now, as you can hear, that's the RSC 117 in green to our right. Sounds very different, doesn't it, all of a sudden? Right, let's stop here. Now, here's something I always have an issue with the IHH one. You can never turn the blasted thing off. Oh! As if. As bloody... I must have broke it then when I did my personal adjustments to it. Well, that would explain a lot, yeah. Well, I've managed to turn the IHH 117 off. That's something. Right. Now, this, my friends, over here, is the RSC 117. Oh, and it's got that fantastic speedo cable that's in hazard yellow and black with some white fittings. Oh dear, I think RSC made a boo-boo.
Huzzah, missing textures.
Did anyone else get the missing texture on the speedo cable?
I think every fucker got it.
There is a reason why we call Dovetail games dumb fail games now. That's one of the reasons. Right, anyway, let's take a quick gander around it. So, the main predominant livery they have supplied well, RSC stroke DTG have supplied the 117 in, is green with speed whiskers. I'm not being funny, but if I look at those speed whiskers, they don't look quite right. I thought speed whiskers was tended to be a bit more curvy upwards, rather than up at an angle and then a slight curve to join the sides. What do you think, Jack?
Well, considering I've not actually got the model, I couldn't really tell you. But
Right.
I do know that, because I look at the iris every day, looking at whiskers, and yes, they are meant to be very curvy, very smooth, not meant to be any jagged edges, and they are perfectly done in one sweep, go along the sides.
Well, I
If
mean,
there's any jagged bits in it, it's wrong.
well, I mean, it's not really jaggedy, it's smooth, but it's just very straight and upwards. You know, I mean, diagonally. You know, it's not like, it's not curvy like you would find on your typical first-gen DMU. It kind of reminds me of an Art Deco moustache, as opposed to the nice curvy lines of a lady's bottom from the 50s. We'll put it that way. Now, I will quickly show you on the rear of this IHH unit there is a lot of detail missing off the buffer beam. Well, there is some detail actually. It's just all black and you can't see the bleeder. There's a couple of vac pipes. There's your shackling coupling or whatever it is, a 3-link, and there's no blue squares on the end. But let's have a quick look at this RSC one, stroke DTG. All the multiple working sockets are present. All the vacuum pipes are present. The 3-link coupling is present. Only one thing I can really knock on this is the fact they've ruined it by not putting the blue square on the front, just above the buffer beam again. Excuse me. On the DMU. So yeah, that's kind of a pissing off point, that is, really. In terms of detail and textures, they've improved the textures somewhat. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to zoom into that lady's leg. If we zoom right in, that is 100% on the FOV camera, and as you can see, the textures and the way the livery's been done looks a lot better, and that's on low graphics settings compared to some people. And the textures look a lot more improved over what Paul wanted to achieve with his unit, which was more than fair enough. I mean, if he obviously the way Paul did it was an interpretation of how he saw it, which is fine. The RSC model does look a bit more tidy. There's a bit more detail on the bogies. The only thing I've really got an issue with is that missing bloody texture speedo, which kind of spoils the bogies. Apart from that, the bogies look brilliant. We've got the nice Timken roller bearings. We've got the leaf springs all detailed with slight rusty texture, as you would expect on a DMU to an extent, or any rolling stock really. You expect a little bit of rust after a while. Then we've got the 117 with its destination boards. Now, I haven't tried, I will throw my hands up with this, I haven't been into the scenario editor and I have not tried editing the destination boards. So at the minute it says Minehead, and I dare say it says Bishop's Lydiard on the other end of this 117. I haven't tried changing it, and I don't know if there is a facility to change it. But I'll let you know in the comments or something like that at some point in the future when I can be asked. The train formation number box has been, head code box has been plated over, as I think the 117 is at the West Somerset. There are passengers in the compartments. Epic win. And the DMU seats have actually got the same moquette as what you'd find on a refurbed 101, well, any first gen DMU refurbed in the 70s or 80s. It's got the refurbed doodah in it. So I just clicked on it so I can press 5. There you go. As you can see, the interior looks a lot nicer in here. I didn't show you the interior on the other one, did I? That was a fail. Never mind. You're not really missing much on the other one. This one looks quite nice. The Formica colour has been emulated on the roof. It could have done with a bit more internal detail, really, but it's not bad. Most of the textures and details that IHH put in have been kept. The people are a new addition which needed doing, and RSC have duly done that. I can't really fault them. Right, now we'll go into the cab and I'll show you around. Now this might look quite familiar to you. Some of these textures are actually from the class 101, which I find quite interesting, to be honest. The sounds are also from the 101 as well, and 111. Oh, hello. Oh. Well, my spacebar's broken for some reason. Oh. I really don't believe what's happened. Ah, right. We have a horn, but only on one cab. That completely makes sense.
Put your key in the other end.
It doesn't have a key in the other end on the 117.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, so that's another thing then. So we can't have a working horn on the opposite end of this 117 that RSC made. RSC, fix that for God's sake. You know, a patch is not going to take that long to make just to fix that. They say someone else will beat you to it because you're lazy asses anyway, but anyway. So yeah, the cab looks a bit better. All the gauges and everything are still slightly under scale, but as a whole, view-wise, it's not too bad. They've also changed the positioning very slightly of the driver's seat. You can only turn so far away around. And they've also removed the opening windows function on this RSC 117. What the fuck is that bitch looking at? Oh my god. Some of the people that have emulated in this game look bloody ugly. She looks like something out of a flipping chocolate box. Anyway, the windows don't come down anymore, which is a bit of a shame, really. That's a shitter. The blinds, do the blinds come down anymore? The blinds don't come down anymore. What else doesn't work? The horn doesn't work, but it does on one over end. The other thing they have fixed is the RPM speed. It now sits at 400 quite happily. The max speed, as I'll show you in the physics files in approximately about 5-10 minutes further on in this video, you will see that there have been a slight few changes. The IHH unit had a top speed set to 65, I think it was, or was it 70 for some reason, so it only ever topped out at 68. Then the RPM, idle RPM on the IHH one was 850, which on a Leyland, I think it's 1585 series engine, which these things have, was incorrect. 850 would be about notch 1. These guys at RSC have actually fixed the RPMs and have got everything running a bit better. I can't really fault it. So let's just shove that into forwards. Right, there we go, and we'll go for it, and I'll let you make your own minds up. I still can't get that bloody horn to work. Hold on, I wonder if. I have no idea. Right, click on that one, then click on that. Yes. No, the horn still hasn't worked. Okay. We are slowly, very slowly moving forwards apparently, because I've taken the brakes off, but I need to set the points first. Right, there we go. We'll set the points up. We'll go for a quick drive, and then I'll start going into the physics file and start farting and pissing about with that. Right, and I'll take us back to Blue Anchor, because I think Blue Anchor is a nice little place to do it. So, stick your head out. Yes.
On the subject of moving forward in gear, can I make a comment?
Well, actually, my unit isn't in gear at the minute.
Well, I was just going to say that the thing that I find a little bit irritating with any sort of DMU that comes out for railworks is the fact that nobody seems to notice the fact that technically, when you're in forward and you're going to gear with the brakes off, the idling RPM of the engine and being in gear will drag you forward at about a happy 5 mile an hour.
That's a bloody good point. Yes, we are, Mr. Eaton. I'm filming a railworks video. That's not Mr. Eaton, is it? No, it's Mr. Devison. Sorry. Right, anyway, yeah. Right, okay, so put it in forwards, then into gear, take the brakes off, and then that should be more realistic. Okay, that seems plausible. So, as you can see, this DMU sounds like a Leyland, because they've used Class 101 sounds, which are still a bit shitty. Could do with a few improvements now. They are dated, I shall say. Let's just open it up a bit. Fuck the speed limits, YOLO. Swag fag forever. Right. I'm not a swag fag, by the way. Never will be. Those who have met me know I wear leather jackets and camo trousers and shit, and jeans and stuff like that. So you know, calling myself a swag fag ain't a pleasant thing for me to do. Anyway, we're in gear 2. Now the max RPM has hit 1800 RPM, so the RPM ranges are correct. Hallelujah! That's something. Right, well, apart from the horn not working in the cab, as I nearly hit someone on the crossing, we are fine. Why is that signal red? Oh right, it's approved. That is the most pointless semaphore signal I have ever seen placed on any given route. Because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, there's no junctions ahead of it. It doesn't matter anyway, it's the WSR and it's the unedited version. I'm waiting for the members editions to come out, so they'll rectify that. Rectify, not rectum, Jack. But yes, oh. I just realised something.
What's up, yo?
The 117 sounds like a hairdryer. And I've just remembered why. Those who noticed it were making a weird electronic whining noise like a washing machine, this has obviously inherited the same trait as the 101 and 111. What you have to do is you have to go into the rear unit, take the brakes off and put it into 4th gear. And then you have to go back into the front unit that you were driving, and then you have to start all over again. And then it should stop making that weird noise. Why? I have no fucking idea, but that's what James Littlewood told me, and it worked. So I'm not going to argue.
And it needs bloody well fixing.
That sounds a bit happier now. Can't believe I've been recording for half an hour.
I can.
But people enjoy my videos most of the time. Notice them most of the time. Sorry?
I sit down and watch them.
Do you? Oh, I've got a fanboy here. Jack's the groupie.
Groupie?
Yeah, he is the DMU expert. Yeah, he does know more than me. Well, on a certain extent of things, not all. Well, not all things, Jack.
Oh, no, I know that.
I mean, Jack, you know more things about dicks and bottoms than I do.
True.
Oh God, I love these discussions.
Let's not go there in the review. Let's not go there.
No, we won't. Anyway, that's better. The DMU now sounds a lot happier.
Brum, 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 brum.
And change up. I don't care about the speed limit. I'll happily do 40 in this thing, I think.
No.
Sorry, people.
R.I.P. headphone users.
Never mind. Perhaps I shouldn't have had that DMB. It sent me a bit hyper.
More hyper than usual.
Can I just point out to the viewers at home? I dare say I'll get some thick twats watching this. When I say DMB, I don't mean drum and bass. I mean Dandelion and Burdock. Oh, I can't whistle because the horn don't work. Right, let's slam the brakes on a little bit. I know it's supposed to be 15 through Dunster, but that ain't gonna happen. The braking seems alright actually. It's fairly rapid. Oh.
Well, a good test would be, Bruce, is go up to about 25 mile an hour,
Yeah.
go into neutral, bring the brake to 15 inches and see how fast it stops.
The only problem is it doesn't tell me how many... Oh wait, I've got a dial down here, haven't I? Oh, twat. Oh, I'm a fucking knob. Oh, I'm topping out there. I'm not going to change gears properly on this because I want to get it over and done with. I've got pounds and inches squared. Oh, never mind. I won't do I'll do the brake test when I can figure out how to do it properly. Oh wait, hold on. F5. I forgot about that stupid thing. But anyway, yeah, right. This is going to be an interesting DMU. Right, okay, we're now accelerating quite nicely. We'll accelerate better and I'll highlight why in a bit. I mean, as a whole, the driving experience of this 117 has improved a bit. I think it's a bit quieter as well inside the cab, which is a bonus. Yeah, it is. There's differentiating sounds there. I mean, to an extent, my heart is with the IHH one. I don't know why, but I kind of like its the way it was interpreted in IHH days, and the fact that that was the original. This one has been done, but more improvements could have been made to it. But hey ho. Now we're coming up to Blue Anchor. Let's make it into 4th gear, shall we, and see what happens. Oh, fuck it. YOLO, I'll shred the gears.
YOLO Volkswagen.
YOLO solo.
Oh, dear me. Excuse me. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Even though it looks like piss. It does in the game, it looks fucking awful. Right, there we go.
Living Thanet is even worse.
What's that?
Living Thanet is even fucking worse.
Oh, Danny Thanet, yeah, I can believe that. Or Margate.
Margate's a shit up.
Yeah, Margate is a shithole. I don't know why everyone rages about Margate, I really don't. Now, I've just had a thought, which platform am I going into? Because this might end badly going over these points.
You need to stop having thoughts, Bruce. You hurt yourself.
I will, he's right. So kids, never think. Let someone do the thinking for you. And let them take over your brains and mind control and fuck over the world.
Yay.
I thought I'd throw that out there as an FYI, you know. Oh, right, okay, so let's put on the brekkies, or brackets.
Oh, I can't believe I'm losing speed on this gradient.
That could be interpreted in so many different ways.
I'm driving a train, Bruce.
There you go, guys. For your viewers at home, the doors have opened magnificently. Look at those beauties. All open. Love it. I mean, the IHH one did that. People don't float about on the wrong bloody... Hey? That's weird. Guess what? Well, my destinations either auto-set themselves, which I hardly doubt they did, because it's not clever enough, or the DMU only goes from Minehead to Blue Anchor anyway. In real life. But anyway,
No,
that's
the
another...
DMU covers the whole line.
Oh well. That's another thing I want to point out to the viewers at home. The West Somerset Railway, they have one Class 117 vehicle. The other part's made up of 115s. So, epic fail, RSC. Epic fail. Never mind though. It don't matter.
You done fucked up, son.
Yeah. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop filming here, but you'll see me in a second. I'm just going to open up RW Tools and I'll point out something quite interesting to you. Okay, viewers, we're now back together, and basically what I've got here is a useful utility called RW Tools. You can purchase it, Google it, you can purchase it, stroke make a donation for it, minimum donation £1.50. It's bloody brilliant if you're a reskinner. It's really helpful. But anyway, off that topic, as you can see, I've got two bin files open. I've got one in the top rectangle, which is the IHH one, and we've got the engine simulation from the RSC one in the bottom window. Now, first of all, I'm going to take you through the top window, and I'll show you something. A lot of this to some of you will mean absolutely naff all, which is absolutely fine. I don't need you to understand it. The only bits I need you to understand are the bits I'll explain. Right, okay. Just mind your heads, folk. Yeah, you might get a little bit dizzy here. Right, there you go. We'll just move the window that we're recording back over a little bit. There we go, perfect. Right then, as we can see here, this is the IHH physics. We've got max power here, and that says 50. Now, the max power in the blueprint editor for Railworks works in horsepower. So, whatever figure is in that line, between those two arrows, between these two arrows, is the amount of horsepower that each power car has. IHH set it up to have a max power of 50 horsepower, and that's on one engine. I'd just like to point out that Class 117s have two engines, both rated at 150 horsepower each. Therefore, typically, a 117 DMU will have two engines with a total output of 300 horsepower. My personal edited version for my use of my 117 has that corrected. The second engine has been put in on the simulation file, but obviously I did not use that for the review. Max force, this is tractive effort, and the measurement is already in thousands of pounds. So if you put 5, that will equal 5,000 pounds of tractive effort. That can't be right. I mean, you'll have 300 horsepower from two engines on a power car, and it's got to have more than 5,000 tractive effort pounds, really. Has third rail supply, doesn't have that, doesn't have that. Max speed has been actually put in a 75. Now, I know I said earlier that I thought the 117 on the IHH side of things had been put in on the physics file as 65. No, it hasn't. I just remembered what Mr. James Littlewood told me when we had a conversation about these things, and apparently what you have to do is set the top speed anywhere between, I think it's 10 to 20% above the maximum speed that you want, or something like that, so it actually tops out at the correct speed. They're the main physics that did need fixing. Is there anything else that needed fixing? I can't remember. Power unit, there you go, power unit. As you can see here, we've got engine simulation, geared power unit, blueprint ID. There's only one entrance for that, which is finishes around here somewhere, around there somewhere, really. It only has one engine, which kind of makes no sense. The gearbox has 4 gears, obviously, and each gear has its own max tractive effort, which doesn't really balance out correctly because of the £5,000 tractive effort on the main engine itself. So how it still moves, I have no idea really, unless someone explains that to me. But yeah, that's the main set of issues on that simulation file. If we go down on the RSC, the bottom window, bottom rectangle, other two, if I just scroll down, there we go, max power. Again, the max power on the RSC one only equals 50 for each power car, 50 horsepower for each power car, simulated on one engine each. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that works. It's really pointless. Max force again is a 5,000 pounds tractive effort. Again, RSC stroke dumb fail games never fixed that. Max speed again is set to 75, so in reality it will top out about 68 or something daft like that. I know I didn't take it all the way to the top on the RSC version because of the type of line we were driving on, but you know, I think it's a bit daft that they haven't corrected that. If we look at the engine sim blueprint, no, that's the air brake system. I don't want that. Diesel gear power unit. It starts here, power unit. Basically, I think there's one gearbox. Where's it end? Power unit ends there. So all that black stuff, along with the gearbox, is all in one lump in the file, and that is basically just one power unit. Again, the idle RPM on this has been fixed, so the idle RPM is now sat at 400. Absolutely bonza, brilliant, correct idle RPM, can't fault it. Max RPM 1800, brilliant, can't fault it, not a problem. They've also tweaked some of the audio attack times and audio RPM release times, stuff like that. They've sorted that all out. The max power at rail they've also changed as well, but they've still only put in one simulated engine when each power car on the class 117 power car has 2 engines that work together, which really makes absolutely no frigging sense whatsoever. So I think I can obviously RSC either making a patch, which they probably won't, or there'll be a third party of some kind, which I do know there will be a third party of some kind, actually issuing a patch and mod pack for the 117. I'm working on something as well for the 117, which I'll just do as a freeware third party modification, if anyone so feels like they would like it applying to the RSC model. But apart from that, that is the IHH and the RSC trains in a nutshell, basically. So on that note, it's goodbye from me, it's goodbye from the DMU expert.
Hello, bye, piss off.
Goodbye from Mr. Jordan Deverson, who joined us.
Bye everybody.
Just in Weinberg, Weinbum, I don't know what his name is. Winegum, yeah, just in Winegum, that'll do. And we did have Mr. Mike as well, of Mike Productions, of Mike.
I'll say the same what Jack said.
Piss off, yes. I thought you would. So anyway, it is goodbye from me, it is goodbye from the other guys, and I'll see you soon. I must dash, I've got to rescue the jacket potatoes out of the oven before I set fire to the kitchen.